If you're happy and you know it, how do you know it? Is it because you've made a stack of mistakes? You've learnt from those mistakes, you've become tougher, stronger, wiser and better because of those mistakes, and now your life is awesome. Not usually what people share with me. Usually people are blaming their past, they're angry about something they've done in the past, they wish they hadn't done something, and they share that. I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I could change my past. I wish that. Well, interesting. What can we change about the past? That's my first question. And the second question I always ask when people share with me something about the past that they didn't like or a bad experience that they've had, I always ask this question. What did you learn from it? How will you grow from it? How will you become better because of what happened? Can't change what happened, but let's take full advantage of the life experience that was given us. And it's an interesting focus and a question that I often ask myself. If I make the same mistake twice, is that a choice? And I'm really focused on not making the same mistake twice. I make a stack of mistakes. I've done some stupid screw ups. If you have a look at those 4 big areas of life, which is your health and fitness, your career path or business, your financial situation and your relationships, which is the complete package of a great live your life to the max. And that's why I'm here every day with Romax, to make sure that those areas of life are we all get as much information as possible about making sure that we're living our life to the max in those 4 areas. If you look back over your life and do some self-analyzation, how did you go in all of those 4 areas? What mistakes did you make? And really importantly, what can you learn from them? And that's what I get really excited about. So I've made some stupid mistakes with my body. I listened to some people who told me stupid stuff. I did some dumb exercises. I tried some stupid diets. Made some silly mistakes when it came to looking after my body. Have to accept the consequences of those, but can't change that I did them. Very excited that I learnt from them and won't make the same mistake twice. So I'm really appreciative of the crap that's happened to me. And I think that's a really interesting headspace. Instead of blaming the past, being angry with the past, being angry with yourself for the things that you did in the past, why not get excited about it? Can't change it. So what did I learn from it and how can I become better, stronger, tougher, wiser? And I always ask those questions. So what about career or business? I'm very privileged that I decided to become an exercise professional when I was 13 years of age. I've never had a lousy, stinking, rotten job, so I don't have to learn from that mistake. Why did I choose that lousy, stinking, rotten job? But I've certainly worked with some people, been involved with some businesses, had some people come in and out of my career path that because of what happened, good and bad, I've learned what I'm not going to do again. So I've learned from my mistakes that I've made in my career or business. And if you don't learn from those mistakes, what's the point? And you might not even call them mistakes. It's just, what could I have done better? Even if you think that your life is awesome, and people say that to me, Rowie, you love your life. What else do you need to do? Well, I love my life, but one of my favorite quotes is, I love who I am, and I am excited about who I am becoming. And surely that quote in itself says, I've got to keep getting better. I've got to keep learning, getting wiser. Keep training, keep educating. So what mistakes have I made with my health and fitness, and how can I learn from them, grow from them, and keep getting healthier, fitter and stronger as I get older? What mistakes have I made in career or business so that I don't make those same mistakes again and I can learn and grow from them and make my career or business better? Financial situation's really interesting. I have made so many stupid mistakes with money, so many. And one of the interesting things is I could blame, and I think blame's a really silly word because I have to take responsibility for what I did and didn't do and what I did and didn't learn. One of the things I wish, and I can't change, is that I had learned more about economics, finances, how to look after your money, wealth creation when I was younger. I can't change that I didn't learn. I can't blame anybody else because I was the one that didn't learn it. But because I made so many mistakes, because I was ignorant to wealth creation and how to be financially free, it's certainly something that I've focused on. So I started, and I learned this at a very young age. If you want to be wealthy, study wealth. If you want to be financially free, study financial freedom. If you want to have financial security, study financial security. So I started bloody studying. and learnt from all the stupid things I did and changed immediately. And I think there's an interesting question to ask yourself there. If you learn that something was dumb, stupid, it was a mistake, how quickly do you change path? How quickly do you change your mind on that particular? And I use exercise again as an example. I was convicted by lots of different exercises. I thought they were right until I learnt my anatomy and physiology. And as soon as I analysed an exercise based on anatomy and physiology, I went, stupid, dumb exercise, stop doing it immediately. No more days of wasting energy, time, passion, and calories, headspace on a dumb exercise. I'm changing right now. And isn't that interesting? A lot of people talk to me about being scared of change. Maybe it's the maintenance of change, because change is something we can do right now in an instant. Doesn't matter what you've been eating up until now, you can change the way you eat right now. The next thing you eat can be different. Doesn't matter what you've done in your life with your exercise up until now, you can change in an instant, and the next thing you can do can be a positive thing for your body. Doesn't matter what you've done with your career path or your business up until now. If you've made the dumbest mistakes, which I have, I can change today. In an instant, I can make change. Now, I have to maintain that change. If I go back and do the same thing, same stupid things I was doing before, I'm going to get the same stupid results that I got before. And I know that that's a fairly common quote. If you do the same thing over and over and expect a different result, that's called insanity, and somebody will come and lock you up, or you should probably lock yourself up. I'm not into that. I would really like to learn from my mistakes, and I do, and make sure I don't make them again, learn and grow and get better and stronger and wiser. I'll say that again because I think those words are pretty bloody exciting. Stronger, wiser, better, more experienced because of a crappy situation. So, financial situation is easy to change. The next thing you spend money on, or the next money that comes into your life, you do something with it differently than what you've been doing up until now if you're not happy with what you've been doing. And there's another great question there which I always ask about your physical health and well-being. Do you have a stack of energy? Are you performing at your best? Do you love what you see in the mirror? And are you getting the results that you want from your eating and huffy-puffy strength training program? And if not, make changes. If you are getting the results that you want, why would you make changes except to get better, stronger, wiser, fitter, healthier? So keep doing what you're doing, but just do it better. It's one of the things about goal setting. I always add to whatever goal I've got in my mind, I always add to that, how can I do it quicker? How can I do it better? How can I achieve it sooner? Rather than just, I've got this goal. So yes, I've got this goal, but what else can I do to make sure that it happens quicker? And what if I've got a bigger goal? Because sometimes we are limited by our own headspace. So whatever goal that I set, I want this, but what about this, this, and this? And it expands your headspace. And the only reason I can share that with you, of course, is because of the stupid mistakes that I've made with goal setting. What about relationships? We can't change what other people do. We can't make them better. We can't make them more respectful. We can't help them learn from their mistakes. But what we can do is be the living, breathing example of all the things that we expect in a relationship and from other people. And do we get to choose who we have in our inner circle? One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in my life is having people in my inner circle who have a detrimental effect to my life. And if you've got negative people, nasty people, disrespectful people, people who don't look after themselves, if you hang out with those people, is it possible that you end up being exactly like them? Now, that's not my question. That question was asked of me, a behavioural scientist. Rowie, the people that you have in your life, the 5 people that you invest the most time with, who are they? Because they're the ones that have the most influence on your life. And if you invest, waste, or spend time with a lot of time with people who don't add value to your life, or aren't the kind of people that will inject value into your life, then you're going to be in deep trouble. So I learnt from that mistake. I used to want to hang out with everybody and have everybody in my inner circle and hope that people would change. And I often said this in business, I'm going to help these people become successful if it kills me. And I nearly died, because people can only become successful if they want to. I can only be the living, breathing example. So just a personal self-analysation. And I know the word doesn't exist, but I love it. My healthy, fit, strong body, what have I learnt up until now to get it that way, and how will I keep learning? And they're those 2 questions that I always ask. Why am I doing this? and how does it work? And I never take anything for granted because I never want to be the regurgitator of somebody else's opinion. I never want to vomit somebody else's opinion. I always, doesn't matter what I think I know, I'm always asking, Rowie, why are you doing this and how does it work? I love my career path, but I want to keep getting better at it. How about you? If you don't love your career, your job, your business, why are you there? That's always my biggest question. And if you are doing what you love, how about get better at it every day by training, education and learning? Your wealth creation plan, your financial security plan, your financial freedom plan. And I like to put a side note in there. For me, it's got nothing to do with the money, and it never has. It's what you can do with the money. If you want financial freedom where you can choose every part of your life, what kind of house you live in, what kind of car you drive, where you go on holidays, how much money you can give to charity, what kind of education you can give yourself or your family, the gifts that you can give the people that you love, they're all financial decisions that come with financial freedom. And if you haven't got enough money, then money is controlling your life. So what mistakes have you made in the past with your finances? How can you learn from those mistakes so that you don't make the same mistakes twice, so that you can be financially free? And if you choose to have terrible people in your life, and even saying that just sounds ridiculous. Why would we do that? And I always share this again as a side note. People say to me, but Rowie, my family or my partner, or I have to have these people in my life. I work with them. My question is always why? If it wasn't your family, or if it wasn't your partner, if it wasn't the people that you work with, would you have those people in your life in your inner circle? And if the answer is no, my question is why do you have them now? Learn how to deal with them, have great communication skills, have a tough, strong character that can deal with horrible people. But why would you bring them into your inner circle? So, great question. Can we change the past? The answer is no. I don't usually answer my own questions, but no, you can't change the past. But can you get tougher, stronger, wiser, better because of your past? Can you choose not to make the same mistake twice? And if you analyse every part of your life, the reason that Romax is here, healthy, fit, strong body, career or business that you love, financial freedom and relationships, have you learnt from all the mistakes that you've made up until now so that your future can be better? So rather than blaming the past, how about we appreciate every bloody stupid thing we've ever done because we've learnt from it and we're tougher, stronger, wiser and better because of it. Thank you for coming to Romax. My name's Rowie and I'm here every single day because I would love you to live your life to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Are you living your life to the super max? Woo!